Okay, in this video, we're gonna discuss if you own a couple deals, should you sell some properties and 1031 exchange into a larger deal? This is a common question we get asked. And actually, as I've talked about my 56 unit, you guys have been to there. I did a massive 1031 exchange to do that deal. I sold 4 duplexes and a fourplex to get into that. One of my comments, someone's like, Tony, can you break down that massive 1031 exchange you did? We get a lot of real estate investors who are maybe like, hey, I own a couple of single family properties. I own a couple of duplexes, Tony. I want to get into multifamily, but I've got good properties here. Should I do it or should I not? That's what this video is all about. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Tony Steffen. Together, my wife and I own 3 businesses: real estate investment company, a coaching consulting company, property management company. We're here at our 42 unit, which serves as the HQ for that, and we own a real estate brokerage, and we're here to help you get into real estate investing. So without further ado, let's get into it. Just over a year ago, I acquired a 56 unit property just shy of $5 million. Biggest deal I've ever done. At the time, in order to get to this deal, didn't have the money to get into it. But what I did have was a bunch of smaller properties. And I was able to sell these smaller properties and do what's called a 1031 exchange. Tax deferred exchange. The beautiful part about real estate, it is really built for growth and it's built for scale. I don't know any other business where you can make a large profit on something, defer any capital gains, roll it into a larger investment, and continue making money. Number one thing I'm gonna always tell you guys, what are your goals? What do you want out of it? So see, my goals are to get to 1,000 units because I feel like at 1,000 units, I'll have enough equity and cash flow to get to where I want in terms of my lifestyle and my goals. And I also feel like that's gonna create a lot of impact. So when I get to 1,000 units, I'm gonna create more jobs in our management company. I'm gonna create more opportunities in our brokerage. That to me makes sense. And it's gonna create legacy and generational wealth for me and my family. Now, you might not need 1,000 units. If you only need 10 units to live a great life, I would tell you acquire some good properties. I mean, what did I have here? I had 12 total units here. If I only needed 10 units to live a great life, I could have just kept these, worked to pay them off, and then just had cash flow from that. So always know your goals. Scale and more is not better. It just depends on what you want. So that's number one. I was looking for a larger multifamily deal. I knew I wanted to progress. So we were self-managing all of this. We did not have any management support. So literally when I say we, I mean my wife. She was self-managing this. There's what's called economies of scales and there's what's called efficiency in management. These were all in different cities. This was in Fraser here in Michigan. Comment below what state you're from. Love to help you guys. Love to just hear where you're at. So managing this is much more difficult because these are 5 different properties you have to drive to. This is 5 different tax bills. This is 5 different property tax bills. This is 5 different insurance bills, okay? I knew it was time to move these on and get a bigger deal. I had a broker bring me an off-market deal. This deal last sold in 1993. So what's that tell you about the deal? If they had at that time owned it for 30 plus years. So this deal got dropped on my doorstep. It had everything I was looking for. It had scale, it had size, it made enough revenue to pay an on-site manager. When you have a duplex, you're maybe at best making $200 a month free cash flow. Remember, the worst number in business is what? I've talked about this before. It's one source of income, one tenant paying you rent. Over here, I have 56 people paying me rent. So it had scale, it had site, it had an on-site manager. So it came with someone who lived there and then we pay him money and he takes care of the property. When there's a big leak there, my wife gets a call, he handles it. So it started to move us more towards a professional company. Also too, the big difference here, when you sell these properties and you have a 2 unit and a 4 unit, these are single family rentals. These are 1 to 4 units. This is not commercial real estate. This is a business. This is valued based on the profit it produces. In multifamily real estate and commercial real estate, income minus expenses equals what? Your NOI. And when you're a good multifamily investor and operator, you live and die by your NOI. These all properties, when I took over, the rents were lower. They weren't as nice. We fixed them up, we improved them. We had max rents here. Like when I took over this 4 unit, they were renting at $495 a month. When I left, rents were $1,100. Nobody cared because they had to look at that 4 unit and say, what did the comparables in the area sell for? Think like an entrepreneur and an operator. An operator buys a building and says, what problems can I solve? How can I force value and force appreciation here? So I want to get out of the comparable sale game. And this is where I think this is most applicable for you guys watching this. Your 4-unit can only be valued based on the market, based on what other 4 units in the area are selling for. If you're the best operator of the 4-unit in the country, it doesn't matter. The appraiser doesn't care. They're gonna say, what did everyone else pay for 4 units? That's where yours is marketed at. That's not fair, right? If your 4 units is better than everyone else's, you should be paid more, right? That's why I'm telling you guys, sell these properties and get into a 56-unit or a multifamily deal where it's NOI. NOI divided by the cap rate equals your valuation. Comment below if this is helpful, or if you have any questions, let us know, comment below. But all in all, I think I rolled, I can't remember exactly, $500K in equity into this deal. Here's what a mentor taught me and what I want to teach you. I had to ask myself, I would walk away with $500K today if I sold. And that's what happened. I sold all of these. 10 years of cash flow, what would that equal? If I keep the deals, if I kept the 12 units, what would 10 years of cash flow look like? And if it's less than 500K, sell and grow. If it's more, maybe keep it until the market offers you a stupid price. And when I did the math, I think it was barely like 250K in cash flow. Guys, remember, it's a business. And in business, we can't make an emotional decision. Don't become attached to your properties. You want to view your properties as the game of Monopoly. I'm going to take 4 green houses. As soon as I can, I want to turn it into one big red hotel because I want to win. I want to scale. I want to grow. So I want you to ask yourself that question. Take your properties, do 10 years of cash flow based on what you're making today. And of course, it will go up a little bit, but this is just for an estimation. If I sell today, the equity I'm walking away with, is it more than 10 years of cash flow? Now, one of the last things I want to touch on here is this game here, guys. This is the game. When I was playing the single family game, I was just getting a little bit of appreciation. When you 1031 exchange, you have 6 months to move that money into a bigger deal. Was it worth it? So I bought this deal in October 2023, paid no tax on this. The NOI when I bought it was $280,000. $280,000. So pull out your calculator, do this with me so you guys can learn. $280,000 divided by a 0.06% cap rate. She was only worth about 4.66 million when I paid for it. So I paid a little under 5 million. Did I overpay? Yes, I did. So I took my cute little duplexes and fourplexes and rolled it into a deal and overpaid because I knew this was low. I knew this was stupidly low. Why was it low? Because they owned the mother effer for 30 years. I was 3 years old when they bought that deal. Guess how much debt they had on it? $0 in debt. $280,000, $4.66 million deal. Guess what our NOI is this year? So now we're in December 2024. I told the bank, listen, I'm putting every dollar I have into this deal. I believe in this deal. I know this is low, but let's look at what happened. My NOI this year, year 1, we're looking at $470,000, year 1. Let's assume a 6.25% cap rate. So let's take our new NOI divided by 0.0625. This building's gonna appraise for 7.5 million. Watch. And we're gonna do a refinance to where we're gonna pull out over $1 million in equity. So was it worth it? You tell me. This does not happen playing this game because they're not valued the same. That's why I want to stress you guys. That is how we did a massive 1031 exchange. That is why I sold 12 units, 4 duplexes, and a fourplex in a very short period of time, which was super stressful and hectic to buy a 56 unit. This was the biggest check I ever wrote for a deal. This was in a time of massive uncertainty, October 2023. Rates were shooting through the roof. Banks did not love investing in real estate, but I knew to bet on myself. I knew to trust myself. I knew to stretch myself for growth. So that's the last thing I want to tell you. Trust yourself, bet on yourself, believe in yourself. If you know you can grow and scale and keep doing this, it's gonna be scary, but that's how we grow. And this is the play that's been here for us. So if you have any questions with this, let me know. Was this helpful to break down my real life situation? This is not theory. This is not something we just read in a book. This is my real life as a real estate investor, as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, broken down for you to help you in your journey, no matter where you're at. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out or drop a comment below. If you've made it this far in the video, drop a meaningful comment. Did it make sense? I wrote a lot. I tried to give you a lot of information in a short amount of time. If you want to learn more about this, number one, get my free real estate investing masterclass, link in the comments. I have a book that sells for 20 bucks on Amazon. You can get it for absolutely free. Click the link below. If you're in Michigan, reach out to us. There's going to be a link in the comment for Stephen Group. Fill out the little expression of interest form. Someone on my team will contact you. This is the game. Reach out to us. Thank you guys so much for being here. We'll talk soon. Thanks.